Hello, good afternoon, Vanakkam, Vandanam, Namaskaram, Sat Sri Akal to all the viewers of Sampurna Australia. We bring greetings to you on behalf of Team Sampurna. Today we have Russell and Kay Fisher who are going to present along with me on a particular topic about depression and music, how music can help us um, get over depression. So I hope and pray that this program will be useful to all the viewers who are watching live. We want to welcome you, as well as those who are going to watch the program later. I wish you the best as you listen to this program on YouTube. So I bring all the blessings and greetings to our viewers. Kindly note that this program is run for your betterment, and I request each one of you to kindly share the YouTube link with your friends and families with your neighbors. Kindly share so they may also be um, benefited by this program, and continue to write your comments as well in the YouTube program. If you have any suggestions, please let us know so we can share our plan and prepare a program that is useful to you and to the community. We are a team who are willing to be here and support mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And if you have any need at any time, please call us in the number that you see in the flyer. So we will be there to attend to your need. So that's what it is for now. So I wanted to welcome our guests today. Russell, Vanakkam. Kay, Vanakkam to you. Welcome. I want to give the time to Russell. How are you, Russell, today?
Welcome. Thank you, Charles. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you for the welcome as well. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's our purpose. And thank you for stating it again. Yeah, we want to be a help some way to our community. And yeah, whatever we have learned on our journey, we want to encourage others as well. So just thank you for that, Charles. And welcome, Kay, as well. Good to have you. You've just finished your exam, so you have some relief, some less stress, at least for you. So that's been good. Yeah, definitely. So I just wanted to, we just wanted to continue where Josephine left off. Unfortunately, Josephine cannot be with us this afternoon, but I just wanted to continue where Josephine left us off in terms of last week was Diwali, so we had a little fun together, sharing a little bit of our stories. Charles was sharing a little bit with his neighbors and how what they were doing, and it was nice fun with the light with the light crackers and lights everywhere. So that would have been fun. But yeah, today we just want to get back to a little less fun subject actually, but it's just something that is needed for all of us. And so just wanted to get back to what we can do for depression and the things that can help us. So if we remember a couple of weeks ago, uh, let me just try to do this. Here we go. Josephine had shared with us. Um, we looked at negative thinking. If you can see it on your screen, we looked at negative thinking there and how that can affect us. But 2 weeks ago, we were looking at sleep and how sleep plays an important role for us to help when dealing with depression, when dealing with our struggles. And so this is something that we want to just recap quickly and maybe look at ways of how we can help us sleep a little better. So we'll just go through some of these. Uh, if we don't have enough sleep, these are some of the things that will happen to us. You can see on your screen, if you don't sleep enough, the next day, if you drive and if you are pulled by the cops for a random breath test, RBT, you see here in Australia quite a bit. If you get pulled up, you could possibly easily be pulled over for drinking alcohol and driving, just because that's what it does to the body. If you don't sleep, that's exactly what can happen. And you take the wheels the next morning, you can be in big trouble. And so I just wanted to share that with you as we go through this. So we're thinking of cognition. What else can go wrong? If you don't sleep, you will be hard for us to think. It'll be hard for us to uh, empathetic with people. We get more irritable. It's easy for us to notice that when we are hungry, we get irritable. When we not don't have enough rest, we get irritable. So those are kinds of things. Then it's also more chances of getting infected. And now with COVID, all the things that we are dealing with today, COVID is a big thing, and so we just want to help ourselves in that area as well. And so sleeping better would help us in that area too. So just quite a few different things that sleep plays a part in. And so as we go along, we've seen as well how much sleep each of us need at different areas of different times of our life. So this is important too. And so if you're a teen, you sleep a little bit longer than us adults. And then of course, as kids, our kids really need to sleep a lot more. Growing up, I'll tell you an interesting, funny thing. I used to think that, oh, I'm a big person, big, I'm grown up already because I used to sleep late and wake up early. I used to think, oh, I'll go to sleep when mom and dad goes to sleep. I don't know. I was maybe 6 to 8 years old or something, and I should go to bed maybe at 10, 11 o'clock later maybe, and get up at, I don't know, 6 o'clock, go to school 6:30, whatever it was. And I think, oh, I was a big boy now. And you will be surprised, if there are any kids watching, sleep is the time when your body grows, when you are growing. And so I'm not a very tall person. Very interesting that maybe, and it can be, and it is, because a lot of time the body is repairing, the body is growing, is doing its recuperative work when we are sleeping. So I want to encourage people not to think that they are losing time, even though we are sleeping for, if an adult life, if they live for quite a bit of time, we sleep for an on average 36% of our life. 36% is, yeah, a lot, right? You think like you're wasting it, but the body is doing a lot of things in that time so that we can function well. So I just want to encourage people, don't burn the midnight oil, they say. Don't burn the candle at both ends, because you will pay for it. And I just want to encourage you, don't do that. Don't It's not wasting. You will actually be thankful for it. You will definitely be thankful for it. So uh, some of the causes for sleep, these are some of the reasons why we don't sleep too well. So drinking, things like coffee, and eating a bit late as well. We'll talk about that too in a moment or two. And stress, of course, we'll deal with that. What I'm going to ask the team soon in a second, so I'll just give them a heads up. What things have helped them in sleeping, okay? And maybe some things for you as well. What has helped you in your sleep as you go through these things? I just wanted to start thinking about those. This is our body clock. Each of Josephine, I remember Josephine sharing this, and each of the different organs in our body run on particular times. And it's interesting, if we just let that do its work, how much better we will feel as well. And especially for when we are feeling down, it's hard. We sleep later because we tend to think that at least we're coming alive at that time, and then we sleep later, and then when we wake up in the morning, we feel even worse. So I think that it's so important for us to get in that routine, a good routine. So I guess as we're talking about that, I just wanted to ask ask Kay, ask Charles, what has helped you sleep? We'll look just now what we're going to, oh, actually, no, let me, before you do answer, this is the problem if we don't sleep enough. And I just want us to again see what happens. For women, 39% increase in heart disease if you sleep less than 5 hours. Increase of diabetes by 32%. Increase of developing chronic disease, increase of obesity by 58%. This is not small numbers. And so rest is so important. So all of us, we want to sleep. If we sleep less than 5 hours, those are the other things. If you sleep less than 6.5 hours, of course, the problems will be a little bit less, but 18% of heart disease in women again, and 50% higher levels of insulin. So we don't want diabetes. One of the reasons, look at this, is sleep. We would not think that, but that's what contributes as well. And then if you sleep less than 3 hours a night, then it decreases your immunity by 50%, especially with COVID around. We don't want that to be happening to any of us. So I just want to encourage you again, make sure you maybe talk to a doctor, do something to help us get some more sleep. But just in the meantime, Kay or Charles, who'd like to go first? What has helped you sleep? What has helped you get a good night's rest? I know Charles talked about, jet lag last time and how he struggled when he came here, and finding sleep and sleeping at wrong time of the day, feeling hungry the wrong time of the day. So yeah, what has helped you to cope? Okay, go ahead.
I think for me, I usually find that if I read something before I go to bed,
On your iPad?
No, not an iPad, not an iPad. No, an actual book. I always try and read like a chapter. I have a book that sits beside my bed, and I try and read a chapter of that before I go in the evening. And it's good because it doesn't emit light like a iPad or a phone or a computer does, and it's just a nice way to unwind, just relax, and you get a very good sleep at the end of it.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that is very helpful. That's a good thing to do. A simple thing that we can do. Just reading something, not on like Kay mentioned, not on something that is emitting light, but something just a normal book. A normal book would be helpful. Yes. Charles, anything that you've helped has helped you? That how have you dealt with jet lag? Well, it's been a while, but you're on mute, by the way.
Yes, thank you, Russell. I have a deep relationship with music.
Okay.
Yeah, so most often what we do for sleeping is either play a good song or can listen to that melodious song and then sleep. Otherwise, we play some speeches, some moral speeches, some valuable speeches, some religious speeches. Just turn on in our phone, not on the TV, of course. You turn on the phone and just keep listening to them, either music or some religious speech.
Okay.
So we gain some moral out of it, and as we listen, and just sleep.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. I think for me, sometimes what I've done, what I have done as well at times is I have listened to some music, like Charles has said, some relaxing music, so that I can try to doze off. But other things as well that I've done is, can anyone use a diffuser? Okay, have you used a diffuser? Like, these are just little things that you can buy, and you can put some essential oils. I have some essential oils somewhere around sitting, and you can just put a drop or two in there, maybe eucalyptus, maybe any other rosemary or something that you like, and then just one of the good ones is lavender. Lavender is an excellent one. So lavender is helpful for sleep. So you put a drop of lavender oil and let that diffuse in the air, and it really helps you sleep. You can put a drop maybe on your pillowcase, and smelling that as well is really helpful to help us fall asleep. So that I've tried, and it's been a really good thing. Lavender oil is excellent. Just, you can buy it and you can just put, or even the leaves itself, the leaves you get, you can put it in your pillowcase. Yeah, it smells really good, and it'll help you to sleep too. So a really good tip if you'd like to know what you do to sleep. One other thing that I found really helpful, I think, for sleep, and I think it maybe will help other people too. Maybe you don't recognize that, but one of the reasons we don't get good rest when we sleep is because we eat too close to when we sleep. I noticed that, and I can tell you a little example of what happened. I used to eat late, like in India and all. We all eat quite late, eat 8, 9 o'clock. That's just normal back in India, and then go to sleep maybe 10, 11 o'clock, 12, 11:30, something like that. So I've always done that. And growing up, I've done that. But I note, and I remember going to the United States once, and we went to dinner outside in the evening, and it was 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, and maybe it was 7:30. I can't remember. Maybe 7:30, and everything was closed already. And I'm thinking, how is that possible? How come nobody eats outside at after anything? How is that possible? This is like United States of America. I come from another country which is not as great as this country is supposed to be. And how come they're not eating? How come no shops open, no restaurants open? What's going on? And then, well, that was as a kid. I was 10 years old or something. And then now, many years later, maybe 20, 25 years later, or 20 years later, 25 years later, what happened was, I was at my friend's place. An Indian family had invited me to teach their little girl some English, and so I went to eat over there. I went to share over there to teach the little girl, and then they asked. Of course, they were very polite and always wanted to keep me for dinner and stuff. So it was really nice. A few days before that, I was eating. Eating a little early, maybe by 6:30. I was finishing my meal, and then I was going to bed maybe 8, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that, and waking up at 6. It's just a routine that I was fallen into. So 10:30 I was asleep, get up by 6, and I was eating by around 6:30. I was finishing. I did that for maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and then this day my friend invited me, so I went. I was teaching English, and then finished, and then they said, please stay, it's 9 o'clock, but still stay for dinner, and then you can go. So yeah, I stayed, had dinner. It was really yummy food, and then went home, went back to sleep maybe around 10:30 something. Around the same time I went to sleep, and in a routine. So got up around, trying to get up around 6. But I distinctly remember the other days I would just wake up, no one has to wake me up. But that morning when I was trying to get up, it was like it was like a train ran over me. It was like I couldn't, like something's wrong over here. And I just noticed just in that one night how much it affects us. And I think we may sleep, and friends had asked me before, how, Russell, do you sleep well when you eat late? I would always say, yeah, I sleep well, because that's the only thing I knew. And I want to encourage you, and I want to challenge those of us who maybe eat a bit late. I just want to say, do an experiment on your own self. Eat a little bit earlier and see how you sleep. I'll tell you, it will be a lot of difference. It has proved for me, and I always have been eating in late and sleeping normal time, but eating differently and sleeping on time has been such a big thing in my life. And I know all of our bodies will take time to adjust, but once you give the body the best chance, it is absolutely amazing. So I just want to encourage you. If you are sleeping uneasy, not feeling the best rest, try that. It will help you a lot. It will definitely help you a lot. So these are some of the things that we can do. What can we do? And I'm just going to go through this very quickly. What can you do? What can we do to help in our sleep? So one of the things is, I know it's the temptation to sleep a little later and get up a little later, but it just puts us in a cycle that's not so good. And the best thing to do to break that cycle, it's hard, especially the first couple of days, the 2-3 days, is to actually wake up with the sun. When the sun's up, to get up and get the morning light in your eyes. Getting the morning light in your eyes resets everything in the mind. There's a pituitary gland there, pineal gland as well. So all these guys are orchestrator, and we'll talk about music in a second, but they are the conductor, sorry, in the orchestra, and it conducts everything for the rest of the body. So very important for us to do that. So it's important for us to wake up with the sun. Another thing is eating a well-balanced diet. There are some foods, and there's something in here, there's a big word called tryptophan. It's just something that comes in our foods that the body uses to make serotonin, which makes you feel good. And the same thing has to be converted to melatonin that helps you feel sleepy. And so that's exactly what we want. So some foods would be almonds, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds, tofu. Tofu is something maybe we don't use so much, but that's really helpful as well. So these are some of the foods that can help. Some other foods, oats. Some of us eat porridge, and so oats are something that really helpful, and that's really good for us. So oats are really good. Some rice can help us to sleep. Tomatoes again have melatonin. These all foods have melatonin. Bananas too have melatonin, and barley as well. So there are some more foods as well, but these are some of the things we can use and find. We need to just exercise a little bit. You will see a lot of these things interrelating. We were going to talk about exercise as well in this series. And so again, exercising will help us to sleep well as well. And of course, avoiding some of the things that Josephine already shared with us, avoiding alcohol, avoiding caffeine, especially when you're going to bed, like a few hours before bed. That would be the worst thing to do, drinking a Red Bull or to drink coffee, tea even. Yeah, normal tea, it does have caffeine in it, so it won't help you sleep. So there are some herbal teas that you can have. Excellent. That'll help you sleep. One of the best ones, one of the simple ones, well-known ones is chamomile, but there are other ones as well, like valerian and others too. But simple things that we can use. So chamomile is a common one here in Australia. Sleep at a good time. It's important to sleep at a good time, and that's one thing that will help us. And then sleeping in the dark. So reading and then putting your lights off and going to sleep. Don't sleep in front of the television. That's the worst thing to do because you don't get enough rest at all. Yeah. And then this is a big one, leaving your worries behind and leaving the anger behind for at least 2 hours before you sleep. Sometimes you have to stay up the whole night to deal with it before you actually go to sleep. But yeah, it's important. It's important to do this because you won't get restful sleep anyway. So yeah, these are some simple things that and important things that we need to do so to get a good night's rest. Because if we don't get a good night's rest, we're in real big trouble. And again, some of you may have sleep apnea, some of you may have other problems. You may want to go to a doctor to check this out because it's very important. It'll help you with diabetes, it'll help you with obesity, it'll help you with all kinds of troubles, heart problems as well. If you don't sleep enough, you will get these problems too. So we just want to encourage you to make sure you do get a good night's rest. I also know a hot foot bath. Simple thing, just put your feet in warm, nice water. It relaxes you. Taking a nice warm shower helps your body relax a bit, helps you fall asleep. So yeah, simple things, but really helpful, very useful. So I want to encourage all of us to do that. We don't have much time left, but one of the things that I did want to just touch on this evening, this afternoon, and maybe we will revisit it next week, is the help what music plays in depression. So we talked about negative thinking, we talked about sleep, we're just going to talk about music now. So I want to ask the musicians in the house here. There are two musicians here, both Charles and Kay are both musicians, and Josephine too. Josephine has a love for music as well. She's not here, but the two of these friends of mine can share a little bit of how has music played a role in their own lives. Maybe I can start with Charles. How has music shaped you, Charles? What has been your journey, your experience? How has it blessed your life?
Russell, first of all, I want to admit that I'm not a great musician, neither a great singer, but my love for music is great. Okay, I love music. I love to sing. I like to compose songs as well. I try my best to do some composition, although I'm not a very professional, well-qualified composer, although, but I have some idea about music. So with the little idea that I have about music, I just wanted to share. Music and I are good friends, and there is no one around. One of my best friend is music and songs and writing songs and so on. So when do I really sit down to compose a song is when I'm not feeling good. Okay, when I'm down in heart, all that I feel becomes the lyrics of the song. So it helps me realize who I am. It helps me to connect with the divine and the God. If I have a question in life, then I directly put that question in the lyrics of the song, and I ask God, why I go through certain circumstances, or why this pain, or maybe in a little poetic form. I try to find a better word to write that song, and try to make a tune, and then add music and so on. What music has done to me personally when I did composition or when I listened to music, it really helped me to connect with the divine. Okay, for example, I have several experiences to connect me with God, but through music I have connected with God more, and it gave me hope in life. And when the lyrics talked about how good our God is, or it talked about something very useful in times of trouble. It talked about God is our helper. God is our best friend in times of need. These are songs that has helped us to be faithful and be strong, and helped us to move on. On one particular day, I was very depressed. Some years ago, I was very depressed and felt that I'm totally lost. I'm nothing. I was not even able to think of a better future. So all alone, I just went to my car. I just sat in my car. It was late in the night. I was not able to sleep, and I just wanted to sit in my car and play music. I had a lot of questions in my mind. I randomly played one of those CDs. In those days, we play CDs, isn't it? I just played one of those CDs, and in the CD, a song was played. I've heard the song several times, but at that particular moment, when I listened to this song, it refreshed my mind just like that, and I could not just comprehend what happened to me, and I just realized, is it me who am like this? Am I the one who is so depressed? Why should I worry at all? I'm not like this. Why should I, after all, cry and weep and lament or otherwise feel bad about me, about future? I'm not this, I have hope in the divine, the Almighty, because the lyrics talked about the Almighty. It said the Almighty came down to you as a friend, and He's always with you. Then why would you worry? Come to Him, and He is there as your best friend. He is there to care for you, and He is able to remove all your troubles. Then I thought, yes, I have heard this song several times, and why would I worry now? And from then on, I started to be strong in my life. You see, so music has that magic of changing our life, and it has changed my life many times. And I know for sure it has touched many people's lives, because we say music is something. It can share a message. I'm trying to say that one song has 1,000 messages, powerful messages. Then 1,000 powerful messages have been taught from a stage or from a rostrum. That may not go into people's mind, but one song has the power of 1,000 great speeches. You see, so if one song has that power, I think we need to take advantage of this good music. There are, of course, different kinds of music, but I'm talking about the very divine, wonderful, hopeful music.
Yeah. Thank you, Charles. Music has a wonderful power, like you said, and it is really powerful. Okay, what has been your experience? When have you started playing your instruments you play? And yeah, tell us a little bit about music in your life.
Okay, so I started playing instruments when I was probably in high school. I grew up in a family where mum played the piano, and a lot of my friends at church were very musical, and as everyone had a violin. So I decided to start my own trend, and I started learning the flute for a few years, and then I also picked up violin after that. But another thing that, and it's been good because, if I have troubles with studies or my day isn't going so well, I find that if I play an instrument, it calms me down, it just refocuses me, and it takes all the stress away. And another, like I heard music when I was like really young. My parents had all, the old records and record players that they used to play, like heritage singers and all sorts of Christian music. And I also remember with my grandma, she would teach us songs from their country, so which was Germany. So I'd grow up hearing a lot of songs, and it also gave us a way to connect to family who were overseas. And it's just really influenced me. I love music. I don't play as much as I want to, but when I do get the chance, I really do enjoy it. And yeah, it's just really beautiful and a nice way to relax.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I think we were designed that way. I think music has a way of just relaxing us, of inspiring us, as Charles was saying earlier as well, when getting us when we are down to uplift us, and when we are tense to bring us calm, bring us to a peaceful place. It's just an amazing thing how music can play such an important part in our lives. Especially we are talking about depression. We've run out of time today, but we're going to pick this up next week and share this a little bit more, and how music plays an important part with dealing with depression as well. So you won't want to miss next week. Again, we will close now. I just want to share with you I just want to share with you what we how you can contact us again on our Sampurna Australia YouTube channel. You're welcome to please put your comments there. You have any, as Charles mentioned earlier, this in the series in the program this afternoon. If you have any suggestions, any things that you would like us to talk about, that maybe you're dealing with, some things that maybe has helped you too, we would love to hear. Please put those comments down, share that with us. If you'd like to interact with us, you can always SMS us or call us. We'll definitely return your call back on 0478 791 119. So we'd love to interact with you. We'd love to know how you're doing. Again, next week we will talk about music a little bit more. Until then, we hope you have a good week ahead, and we will see you soon. Bye bye.